Greetings, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how to connect to the consciousness of your future self / the self that has what you want to have. It all exists right now. There is technically no such thing as a future. It's just an illusion for the sake of having this human experience. It all exists right now, and what you experience is simply a case of what you are aligned to. And the thing is, most of us are aligned to our past, and that's why we don't really go anywhere with our manifestations, and that's why we tend not to get to the life that our future ideal self has what we want. So it's all a case of what you're aligned to. I'm going to show you how to become aligned with that consciousness and therefore experience that manifestation of the life that you want. Firstly, you have to get to know the energy of that person, because if you don't know the energy of that person, if you don't know the thoughts, the feelings, and therefore the actions that this person, this version of you is taking, you're just wafting around in the dark, not really knowing where you're going and what you're doing. So this is what people are doing when they visualize their future self, their ideal self. They are getting to know that energy. This is the first step. If you don't know that energy, you don't know where you're going and you don't know what you're doing, and you're not going to get anywhere. You need to visualize, do a meditation, visualize your future self and get to know that energy. Notice how that person feels, how it feels having what you want and living that life and being that version of you. Notice how it feels. Notice what thoughts you would be having, and therefore notice what actions you would be taking, because chances are, well, definitely, that version of you is not going to be having the same thoughts that you're having now. The thoughts that you're having now are not in alignment with that version of you, because if they were, you'd be experiencing that life. So you need to see how that person feels, what they're thinking, and therefore what they're doing in order to be in alignment. It's all about what road you're in alignment with. Your thoughts, your feelings, and therefore your actions are keeping you in alignment with the road of your past. So you're not getting past those manifestations. You need to put yourself in alignment with that road that your future self is on in order to reach that. Once you've done this visualization and you've connected to that future consciousness that already exists, once you've connected to that consciousness and you've noticed what the feeling is, what the thoughts are, and therefore what the actions are, you need to then embody that. You need to then embody the thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and therefore actions. Because if you do this, you are taking on that consciousness. You are putting yourself in alignment with that road that your ideal self has gone down. You are then going down that road. If you are doing this visualization and getting to know this energy, see, people think that doing the visualization is what puts them in alignment with that self, and therefore that's what creates the manifestation. It doesn't. It is just a process to get to know that energy. It is preparing you for that energy, but you must then get up and embody it. If you do the visualization, during that visualization, you're saying, I want this, but then you get up and you take the same actions, you embody the same thoughts and feelings and actions as yesterday, you then put yourself back in alignment with that road. So you are then putting yourself actively in resistance to what you have just asked for, because you've asked for something, but then you've actively put yourself in alignment with yesterday's manifestations, with yesterday's road, with yesterday's self. You need to come into alignment with that future self. And the consciousness of that ideal self exists right now, as I said, because it already exists. So you can connect to it anytime, but you must then embody it. Just visualizing it and feeling it isn't enough. You have to actively embody it. Because we get in life a reflection of who we're being, and action has a massive part of who we are being, because you act as you believe. So if you don't act as this self that you want to be, you aren't saying to the universe, this is who I am. You're not being that person. So you're not going to get that reflection. When I visualized being who I'm becoming today, doing YouTube, being a course creator, writing a book, I didn't just visualize those things. I got off my arse and I did them. I wrote the frigging book. I made the videos. I created the courses. I did it. I got to know that consciousness, and then I frigging got up and I embodied it. I did it. That is the secret. That is the frigging key to manifesting what you want. Action is the key. Action is the very thing that puts you in alignment with what you have just visualized. It's the key to opening that door. It is the only thing that puts you on the frigging road to the life that you want. You can't visualize and then get up and take the same actions as you took yesterday. That puts you actively in resistance to what you've just asked for. Action is the key. You connect to the consciousness. You can do that anytime. Every single time you visualize a version of yourself, even if it's a past version of yourself, you are connecting to that consciousness. But whether you step into that consciousness or not, and therefore get on that road, depends on what action you take when you get up. Ask yourself, every time you catch yourself thinking something, about to make a decision, about to take an action, ask yourself, does the version of me that has what I want take this action? Do they think this thing? If you find yourself having a moment where you're super frigging insecure and you're making shitty decisions, ask yourself, does my future self do this? Is this the action I need to take to get me to where I want to go? If the answer is no, stop frigging doing it. Take the action that your future self would be taking. If you can't be asked to take the action that gets you to where you want to go, you can't be asked to live the dream. Because if you were living that reality, you would be taking the actions that are in alignment with that reality. So you have to do it. This is the key, and it will change your life if you apply it. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope it helped you, and I'll see you in the next one.